Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Please be joined by Ohio State women's basketball coach, Kevin McGuff. How's it going?
Great to be with you, Casey.
Getting ready for the tournament again. Obviously, getting back at it. Of course, it was a pretty good year for you guys. Of course, won the Big Ten in the regular season. Overall, how do you think this season went for you guys?
I was really happy for our players. I think the biggest thing is where we started and where we ended we were two completely different teams. We made a lot of progress. Our kids really fought to get better each week. And if you would have told me in December we were going to win the Big Ten, I would have said, I don't know about that. I mean, I just didn't know if we were quite far enough along. But our kids really stuck with it. They got better, and we played our best basketball here down the stretch.
Okay, so you do not know who you're playing as of right now. You'll find out later tonight when Missouri State takes on Florida State in the first for the women's first four. Overall, it's what do you think about that matchup tonight? I mean, it's two quality teams, but looking forward to seeing who you're going to be up against.
Yeah, no, both really good teams. Both teams have great athletes. They're well coached. They play extremely hard. Both kind of hang their hat on their defense. So I know either way, we're going to have to be really good on the offensive end with our execution. And it could go either way. They're both very good. And, we've kind of taken bits of both teams and tried to prepare this week and against the things that they do. So either way, we know we're going to have our hands full. But if you're playing in March, every game is hard. So, we'll be ready to go on Saturday. We'll play really hard.
Okay, so talk about obviously JC's been really standing out for you guys. Who else has really surprised you this year?
Well, Taylor Mikesell, who transferred from Oregon, has really been a huge boost to our program. She's been just terrific as a player. She's an incredible three-point shooter. She's also a great kid who's really helped enhance our culture, and she's been a great leader as well.
Talk about what JC's meant to this team.
Just a great kid. I mean, I've never been around a kid who works as hard as JC Sheldon, and she's just an incredible kid to coach. We're very fortunate to have her in the program. And before the season started, we had a really bad injury with Madison Green, our starting point guard last year, and one of the best point guards in the country. She got hurt, so we had to move JC over to that position. And I was a little nervous about it because it's just a different position. But she's managed to continue to score the ball at a high level and make others around her better. So she's just had an incredible season.
Is this the best the Big Ten has been in women's basketball, you think?
It's been an amazing season. I think you can go all the way back to the end of last year when we had several teams. At least we had 4 teams go to the Sweet 16 or better. And then with the COVID year, that kids got an extra year. Almost every one of the top teams in the league, including us, had players use their 5th year, their COVID year, and come back. So as good as it was last year, it was even better this year and more competitive. And I think you're going to see some great runs by teams in the Big Ten in March.
Yeah, for sure. You've been down this road before several times, but what is this month for you? What is this month you have to get ready? What do you have to do to be successful in this month?
Well, I think, kind of try to be the best version of yourselves, which means, continue to practice well, continue to prepare well in practice, and then apply that to the games. And, that's the biggest thing is I think you can get caught up in trying to figure out what the other team is going to do, but really it comes down to us being the best Ohio State team we can possibly be. Take it one game at a time and just keep it moving through the NCAA tournament as far as we can take it.
What's the biggest thing that you guys need to really do to get to where you need to go?
I think we need to really be on point defensively. When you look at the games that we haven't won in the last couple months, it's usually our defense or our rebounding hasn't been as good as it needs to be. So we've really focused on that, and hopefully, we can really defend at a high level and keep people off the glass.
Team that surprised you the most in the Big Ten this year?
That's a great question. I think, Iowa, who I knew would be really good, and they've got one of the elite players in the country in Caitlin Clark. We knew they would be good, but man, they really had a spectacular year, and we shared the Big Ten title with them, and so I think most people would say we were the surprise of the league. I would also say I thought Iowa was really, really outstanding.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for coming on. Obviously you'll find out who your opponent is tonight, and good luck in the tournament.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.